Hello, hello.
And we're back, y'all.
We are back. Welcome to Popcorn with Sabrina and Bianca.
I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Bianca. We got it right. Episode 1, we're already right. This is great.
I'm so proud of us.
Off to a great start. Hi, we're here.
We're here,
I'm
we're
so
back.
happy to
We're
be
so
back.
excited. B has already spazzed out 3 times before the show. We're doing...
No, it's fine. It's fine.
We don't talk about that, y'all. It's okay.
It's not my fault, it's Steve's, okay? It's all about Steve. Anyways.
Y'all, I gotta keep her off track for 2 seconds because I gotta get through this intro before we get on to Steve.
We're 10 seconds into our show and I can't stop thinking about Blue's Clues.
B, she's about to shed some tears, y'all. Just watch out. Can you do the thing for me?
Which thing am I doing? What?
You like jazz?
You like jazz?
In case y'all didn't know, we watched the B movie together.
We did.
It catches me off guard every time. I absolutely love it. So whenever B sees me, she's like, you like jazz?
Yeah, you like jazz, Sabrina? I like jazz.
I like jazz because you like jazz.
I love jazz.
We're married, in case y'all didn't realize. I have to propose to her at the end of the month.
Yes, because I proposed to you last semester, so it is your turn to propose to me. I'm
Correct.
pretty sure.
Yes.
Anyways, we are here. We got a show. It's happening.
We got a show. We're starting back up.
So now let's talk about it. What do we do? What's our show about, Sabrina?
So, ladies and germs, all we basically do is we talk about movies, and we go back and forth, and that's where like the popcorning comes from. And some shows B watch, some shows I've watch them together, and then we're like, do we like them? Do we not like them? And then we just go back and forth about it.
It's funny though because we Sabrina and I have very different tastes in movies.
Very two different tastes in movies.
I really love me some 80s rom-coms. I love Disney movies. Shh, don't say that. Don't talk to me like that.
Don't be disrespectful.
And then what do you like, Sabrina?
I love horror movies. I am a huge horror movie fan, and it's so funny because B just can't do it. I can't do rom-coms. Like, I'll watch them, here, but I just don't get into them like I get into horror movies. She's putting her hands up like, why are we talking about this right now? Anyways.
Well, no, so what I was going to say is that I am excited that we're going to try this semester to do more movie nights together.
Yes.
If any other shows are wanting to do movie nights with us, we're all about that. That'll be fun. But last semester we had 2 movie nights, and
Correct.
we watched one of yours and one of mine.
Exactly.
The movie that I chose was the B movie. You like jazz? Yeah. And it was great. Did you enjoy the B movie?
I did enjoy the B movie.
Good.
I had a blast.
And then the movie you chose was
I gotta remember which movie.
Time Trap.
Time Trap.
We watched Time Trap.
She actually enjoyed it though, so we can't.
I enjoyed it, but it is the most bonkers movie I have ever seen. I still don't actually understand what happened in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it wasn't really a horror movie per se.
No,
There was
it was
some,
a thriller.
Yeah, it was a
Or
thriller. I
sci-fi.
mean, there was a few jump scares here and there, but it wasn't meant to be a horror movie.
Speaking of, Sabrina, we forgot to do the most important part of our show.
God,
I can't believe it.
I'm so sorry.
I was about to break our little rule.
Our first rule. Okay.
First rule of this show. If you're listening,
it's not even a first rule for our show. It is more or less of we are a movie. We do movie stuff.
Yeah,
so,
that's what we do.
That's what we do. And hence the title. Spoiler alert. All right. So
spoiler alert.
If we talk about a movie that you have not seen, or if you want to see, or just pitter patter here and there, do not come for us. We're a little sensitive, all right? If you look at me the wrong way...
Sensitive because of Steve.
Because of Steve. Okay, we're getting to Steve. And just hold it out for 2 seconds. 2 more minutes. Give me 2 more minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, spoiler alert. Please do not come into our DMs because Bianca is also in charge of our Instagram. And I can't... No, if you come for me, I'm coming for you. I'm sorry. That's how this works. But yeah, spoiler alert. Thank you.
Yeah, you get the idea. We will be spoiling ends of movies.
We will be spoiling everything dealing with movies. We do not have any filter against it. It's being talked about, and we're not going to be like, well, so-and-so did... No, we're going to be straight up.
Starting right now. So, with Time Trap.
Yes. At this exact moment.
When the little boy just, died... And they snapped his neck. I was not. Oh my gosh.
She was not prepared.
No, I was thankful that you were you gave me a little bit of a warning, but you didn't actually warn me. You were just you're not gonna like this.
Yeah, just
and then you were right. I did not like that. Yeah. Furby, that was his name.
Furby.
The little boy's name was Furby.
Yes, because he fell into the hole, and then he snapped. He hit his head on this big old boulder, and it snapped his neck. Well, he wasn't technically dead yet until that. Alien-looking dude came out and actually...
It was a caveman.
The caveman snapped his neck.
Oh, it was such a bonkers movie.
Yeah.
Anyways, So, Sabrina, we're still kind of just introducing ourselves a little bit. If you're a new listener,
we hope you enjoy the show.
We hope you enjoy the show.
Yeah,
we're a little bit all over the place.
We're a little hectic,
kind of who we are,
but it's fun.
But so, introducing ourselves, Sabrina, tell us your favorite movies. What do you like to listen to or watch? What do you like to watch?
What do you like to? I like jazz.
That's what I was thinking of.
Okay, so I like horror movies. I like action and adventure, romance here and there. Tried to watch The Notebook. I got halfway into it and I gave up.
But you loved The Age of Adeline.
I did. Oh, that was such a...
I still haven't seen it.
And when we get in, ladies and gentlemen, when we get into the bracket style for movies,
and
if you do me dirty like y'all did last semester, I'm going to cry because I cried last semester because most of my favorite movies ended up at the bottom of the list.
That was rough. I'm excited to do the brackets again.
I'm excited too.
Because this time we're actually going to do it right because we won't be in quarantine. In theory, knock on wood.
And it'll actually go as planned, correct?
Yeah, so we can actually do the brackets and then we can actually watch the movies together. Also, I wanted to quickly say, if you're listening, you're welcome to send us a text or a DM and let us know that you're listening. For example, I'd like to give a quick shout out to my roommates, Carrie and Mackenzie. Hello. Thank you for listening. This is so exciting. A quick shout out to Thomas from the Smiling Rainbow Unicorn of Doom. Thank you for listening. And my grandparents.
Not the grandparents.
Hi, guys.
Hi. We miss you.
I always love that you listen. Thank you for being our biggest supporters and biggest fans.
Okay, so if you're going to send Bianca soy sauce, you can send me soy sauce next time. Just a little, just a little under the rug now.
It was 2 bottles for the record.
2 bottles.
It was 2 bottles of soy sauce.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It was great.
All right, B. Well, besides that, they know about mine. And you and your rom-com. Name your favorite movie.
Okay, the movie that I publicly will always say is my favorite movie, which is true, but The Princess Bride. I can quote the entire movie beginning to end. I'm a big fan. I love The Princess Bride.
Was that the one where he was like, I will go down in history as the man that opened the door?
No, that's Ever After.
Oh, that was such a good movie.
Sabrina, come on. I was thankful that you watched that, though.
I did. It was
actually so good.
I didn't know I'd like it, but it was actually a very
I knew you would
movie.
love it. It's a great movie. Shout out to Joel. Shout out to Joel for also loving Ever After and popping in on that one popcorn episode and just
they were going back and
After.
forth. They were going back and forth. I was actually very entertaining.
It's a good movie. But no, The Princess Bride. However, I would also like to state that I know it seems like the majority of the world disagrees with me, but I don't care.
Okay.
I think one of the funniest movies ever made is the Mike Myers Cat in the Hat.
That's the one I was waiting for.
It's so good. It's my favorite. And this summer, since we're kind of talking about movies we watched this summer, how many times did I watch that?
Oh my God.
I don't know. Probably 10. Because I babysat almost every day this summer. And for some reason, that's just the movie we watched every day. And I can quote the whole movie. So I'd put it on the projector on the walls, and then I would go stand in front of the big screen, and I would act out the entire movie while the kids watched me do it. They loved it.
Oh, free show. That's
I had so
precious.
much fun.
That is so precious.
Yeah. Oh, and for my birthday, I was gifted a Cat in the Hat, which was very exciting.
I'm waiting for the day when she wears her tutu class.
I will absolutely. It'll happen.
It'll happen. Yeah, you'll just see this little short lady across the... That's Bianca. How do you know? It's the tutu. Yes.
I like tutus. I like jazz and I like tutus. Why is that our theme right now? We're just stuck on it. We can't get off. It's fine.
So funny.
It's fine.
All right, B.
Yep.
You ready to go on this rant? You want to start it off?
Okay. Well, no. I just wanted to say thank you to Steve from Blue's Clues for the video, because I'm sure he's listening. Thank you, Steve, for listening.
You got to put a background to people that don't know who
I'm so
Steve
sorry.
is.
Steve is from Blue's Clues, and we were young when we were young children.
For us 2000 to about 2003 babies.
Yeah, he just very abruptly left the show, and it was really hard to deal with when I was a child. But no, he just left, and it was really sad. And then he replaced him with his little brother Joe, and he was fine.
It was all right.
It was fine.
He got the job done, I guess.
But it wasn't Steve, and
he wasn't the OG.
No, stop telling me to stop crying. I've cried about this all day. This has been.
Who's telling you to stop crying?
Sorry?
Who's telling you to stop crying?
Thomas,
I don't want to hear from you, all right? You put soy sauce on your popcorn.
No, he doesn't. It was Pepper and it was Joe.
Well, I'm going to say you put soy sauce because I don't know how to overcome what I just said to you. So we're
Okay.
we're just going to leave it at that.
But no, I know this isn't movie talk. We were talking about it before,
Yes.
and I absolutely broke into tears in
She
front of
did.
Sabrina talking about it.
I have a video of proof, but that's okay. You know, she overcame it. And
But no,
we're
I
here.
didn't realize how much I needed an apology, and he told me that I look great, and that means a lot to me.
And
so.
he told us that, you know, we will overcome our student loans and our college
Yeah.
days, and that he got us through life.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, shout out to Steve. Thanks for listening.
We appreciate you, buddy, even though you just left us. You
No,
know, for
it's okay. He's back.
But that, this is why B is very
Steve,
forgiving.
Steve, I forgive you.
Steve.
You've made me cry, and I forgive you.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Cloudy
The
with a
monkey.
Chance of Meatballs.
The monkey. Steve.
I haven't thought about that in so long.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I love the dad in that movie. I love all characters that are like
Sardines.
the eyebrows do the thing.
The thing with
and
the
then they go-
eye. Closed captions. B is using her hands. I forgot I used to do that. Closed captions. B is using her hands as unibrows.
Yeah, well, because at some point in the movie, they always like lift them up, and you see their like really big eyes, and that's the best. I love when that happens. It's just like peak character design, honestly.
Peak character, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Did you have a question? What was your question?
I don't think I had a question. I think it was just this, and then we're gonna get started on this next music break, I guess.
Oh, okay. We're going to music break right now.
If you want to.
All right. Well, then let's get it started. Okay.
And we're back. How you
We
doing?
are back.
We had
I
a little-
love this.
we
I'm
had a-
so happy we're back.
Of course, we had a little dance break. You know, that's a given.
I missed dance breaks with you. Oh my gosh, all summer, all I could talk about was just like, I want to dance with Sabrina again. I miss Sabrina. Like, you can ask my mom. I was just like, hey,
Mom.
I miss Sabrina. All summer. The whole summer was just me missing you.
See, and how it normally goes, y'all,
You
is
being too
that...
far away.
Oh, what?
You were just too far away.
I was. You know, I should have hopped in the car with Thomas. Not Thomas.
Not Thomas.
Joel.
Joel.
I'm just going to start calling him the Breakfast Club, you know.
What?
I get them all confused at this point. But, yeah, no, we'll do a dance break, and then I'll turn around, and then, B will be in a handstand. And I'm like, oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
That's kind of what I do. I live upside down.
Yeah, she does. It's a
Yeah,
given at this point.
It's better. Anyways, we are back. So, Sabrina,
Yes.
how was your summer?
My summer was great. I went and saw as many movies as I could.
Wonderful.
Yes.
We'd love to hear about them.
Question, do you know Regal Theaters?
Like a little bit.
A little bit? Okay, so that's the one movie theater that I go to back home.
Oh, cool.
It's like 30 minutes from my house. I have a lot of points. I'm a member there and all this other stuff.
Oh, awesome.
And we have a movie theater here in Greenwood, which is the Premier Cinemas, I think. But I don't have like a thing because it's just not as popular, I guess. But anyways, I wanted to get, because I can pay $18 a month to go see unlimited movies, get half off concessions and all this other stuff. So I was going to get that
That's
because
a good
so many
deal.
movies came out, you know?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, well, I'd only get, maybe 4 months worth of that, because then we'd come back here and there's
Right.
no Regal here, and I'm like, I'm kind of upset because that would be a pastime for
Yeah.
me and B. But anyways,
Shout out to Regal Theaters. Please
sponsor.
endorse us, sponsor
Yeah,
us.
Please sponsor us.
Yeah, we'll promote you all day long for
Yeah,
sure.
all day long. Just give us some popcorn,
Yes,
for the show.
Oh my gosh, maybe we could make a deal of like free popcorn.
And then all we would talk about is their movie theater.
Oh, absolutely,
Absolutely.
That because popcorn is also our like main thing.
In case y'all didn't
Yeah,
notice.
we eat a lot of popcorn. It's kind of a problem, but it's fine. It's fine.
But it's all right. We've
Yeah.
accepted our addiction. But
Yeah,
that's
for
okay.
sure. We like it extra buttery,
Extra butter.
salty.
Okay.
That's how we like it.
All right. But one movie that I did see over the
Oh
summer.
yes, please.
Okay. Have you heard of the first movie, Don't Breathe? I know I've talked about it before.
You have talked about. I believe "Don't Breathe" was one of the ones on your bracket list.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
So the second movie actually just recently came out, and I saw it. But to get into like the first movie, in case y'all haven't seen it, it's basically about this blind veteran that kidnaps a girl, because these 3 people, it's 2 guys and a girl, break into his house because he's got all this money hidden. He kills the 2 guys, he kidnaps the girl, impregnates her with like a yeast thingy, I know, PGR thingy, whatever. And then boom, the movie ends because he lost his daughter and that's what he wanted. Well, then the second movie, we're thinking, okay, the girl had the baby, gave birth, and the girl's growing up. But then the backstory is like, the house that he was living in burned down. This, like, I think it's like 7-year-old girl was, crawling out of the rubble, and he kidnaps her. And I'm like, well, where does the connection from the first movie come from? Because in the first movie, he impregnates the woman, but in the second movie, he kidnaps the child, you know? So it's like this whole gap. And then these two people, this husband and wife comes out, and we're assuming it's the daughter's parents, and they get the daughter back, and they're like, the wife's dying, we do an organ transplant. And so we're like, it's just so, like, the whole movie setup was it was a good, like, going on about, but the way they went through and, like, executed it was just off the, like, just everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah, I'm with you.
So I was like, I liked it in certain aspects, but when they actually put the movie together, they could have done a lot better. Like, the fighting scenes, the whole fighting scenes, all this other stuff was great. But, like, it's like, where did the daughter come from? Why is the parents just out of the blue here connected? Like, it didn't make sense. So, it was all right.
So you didn't, like, love it or hate it?
It was one of those of, like, okay. I enjoyed it to an aspect, and I would watch it again, but I would watch it just for, like, the here and there fight scenes, not for the actual plot, because I didn't like the plot.
Okay, that makes sense. So I'm with you. Well, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Good job. You gave us a whole, like, little thing about the movie. Oh, all right. Look at us. We're far more prepared this year than last year. Like, we're still not super preprepared because, it's you and me. We
don't prepare.
We live on the edge.
We live on the edge.
But
we're living like Larry. Living like Larry.
What's that from?
Seriously?
Yeah. What is that from?
SpongeBob?
I've never seen SpongeBob.
Oh my god.
Sabrina, we've discussed this.
No, we have not.
Yes, we have. I've never seen a single episode of SpongeBob.
I'm gonna have to exit off, y'all. I'm sorry. That's a little disrespectful for me. Anyways.
No, it adds to our wonderful dynamic, Sabrina.
Our dynamic duo. All right, B, give me a movie.
I was gonna talk about the movie The Terminal. Have you seen it?
No.
I figured. I figured you haven't.
I think I've heard of it, but I just was like, oh, cool.
Okay, well, it's a Tom Hanks movie, which, if you remember, he's one of my favorite actors.
Yes,
I just adore him. I love Tom Hanks so much. When I was a kid, for absolutely no reason, I wrote my diary, instead of, like, Dear Diary, I wrote Dear Tom Hanks. I felt like I could trust him. I felt like Tom Hanks would really get it. He would understand.
Oh my god.
He would maybe even have helpful advice. I don't know. So,
okay.
Dear Tom Hanks, let me tell you about my day.
Okay, interrupting 2 seconds, all right? Okay. Not only does Bianca write Dear Tom Hanks, in case y'all did not listen to last semester's all those episodes, she had a cutout of Jaden Smith being her boyfriend, all right?
No, I didn't. It wasn't a cutout. It was just a regular picture that I held up next to my face.
That she very much crushed on. And I did not know about this Dear Tom Hanks diary thing. So
no. I wasn't in love with Tom Hanks.
I know.
I respected him.
Yes.
He's like a father figure, an uncle figure.
He's just that, that little shoulder angel that's just like ready. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to add that to the list of funny things that Bee has told me in her life.
Tom Hanks, if you're listening.
Please sponsor us. Please send free t-shirts.
If you're listening, I'm sorry. I don't know. Anyways, he's my favorite actor. He's great. So this is a Tom Hanks movie. It is in the genre of drama and romance, which is funny because I really like romantic comedies, but I don't usually like dramatic romance movies because it's just annoying. You're doing too much. Just like either fall in love or don't. Like it's I get too annoyed with dramatic romance movies. But this one, honestly. They're calling it a romance movie, but the romance was there for like 2 minutes. It wasn't about him getting the girl. It was about him, and that was really cool. So, anyways, a little bit about the movie. I've got the little synopsis up. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. When Victor Navorsky, Tom Hanks, an Eastern European tourist, arrives at JFK in New York, war breaks out in his country, and he finds himself caught up in international politics. Because of the war, the Department of Homeland Security won't let him enter or exit the United States. He's trapped at JFK indefinitely. While living at the airport, Victor falls for a flight attendant, Catherine Zeta-Jones. She may have feelings for him too, but what good is love if Victor can't leave the terminal? And so he ends up like living at the airport because they won't let him leave. And it was really interesting. And man, Tom Hanks is just such a good actor. Oh, I love him. So much.
That sounds like I feel like if that was made with anybody else besides Tom Hanks, you know, like just one of those like just actors, not like a
right.
Oh my God, you know, kind of actors. That sounds like a really boring movie.
Right. Well, it would be because the entire movie takes place in an airport terminal, like nowhere else.
Yeah,
just this airport terminal. That's it. And so it's really interesting. And they at one point they end up using him as a translator. He kind of gets a job. He becomes like a construction worker in the airport, and he starts figuring. He's really smart, and he kind of starts figuring out how to work the system and live there.
Yes.
Until he's able to go home / able to leave the airport and go out into New York. It's a whole big thing. But it's a great movie. I really liked it. My dad and I, when we do long drives, we tend to put on a movie and listen to it.
Okay.
I watch it while he drives. But it's one of the movies my dad and I watched in the car this summer, and I really liked it.
You know what it reminds
Highly
me
recommend.
of? I don't know why it reminds me of. It just kind of like popped into my head. And I know you hate this movie, B. I've never seen it. I've never seen it, and she hates it.
What do I hate?
But it reminds me of the movie Downsizing. And I know it's it's two different movies, but for some reason when you're like, yeah, he's stuck in an airport, I'm like, oh, well, there were people that were like stuck as tiny people. I don't know. It just kind of just like...
Those are two very, very, very different things. Well, I got squeaky there. Those are two very different things. They're different movies. One of them is great. One of them is trash. Sorry, I mean not very good.
Not very good.
One of them was just a pretty bad movie.
It was just it was trash. It was just like a really.
I literally didn't finish it. We left.
Yeah.
We left the theater, and
Did
I
you
don't.
really? I thought you watched that at home.
Downsizing?
Yeah.
No, I believe we watched it when it came out in theaters.
That's even funnier. If you paid to go see, if you paid to go see a movie.
It's the first time we've ever done that.
Yeah.
And we were all like, we have to see it through, right? We have to, right? And then it just kept getting worse. And we're like, no, we get it. We're done. And then we left.
And then you left.
Yeah. And it was the best decision we ever made.
I love that. Oh.
Yeah, and it's bad. It's bad. Anyways, did you have another one?
I do have another one, and it just recently came out.
Ooh.
It's a Marvel movie, and I might go on a rant.
Which one?
Shang-Chi.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my God,
Let's hear about it.
So good. Okay, and okay, I also saw Black Widow.
I haven't seen that yet either.
Black
I know.
Widow.
I'm way behind. I'm behind. I'm sorry.
Black Widow was a phenomenal movie. Okay, I got to give it credit to that. It was a very good movie. But Shang-Chi was amazing. Okay, in my opinion, it topped Black Widow.
Oh, wow.
To the aspect of, there was just so it's like a 2.5 hour movie, okay? And for it to go, like, you know how when you watch some movies, there's kind of like this blank spot in the, in the plot line that's just it's still a good show, but it's just like, they could have put something interesting right there. Every part of this movie was filled with something entertaining. It was a mixture between comedy. They had like great jokes in there. They had great family drama. They had great fighting scenes. Yeah. It went behind the Chinese culture. And then it was just like the father ends up dying in the end. I'm sorry, B, but he does. Oh. And she's like, darn it. Anyway.
That's okay. I mean, I signed up for this. I'm on the show. I'm ready for the spoilers. You gave me a spoiler alert, so I'm not going to slide into your DMs.
I mean, if you want to slide into my DMs. Anyways. Oh! But anyway, so in the end, the father dies.
Somebody slid into my DMs today.
Did they?
Yeah. It just says hi.
Okay.
I was like, okay, cool.
There's another episode. There are too many people that slide.
Hi, James Michael.
Is he a
No, he's just a random person.
Oh.
I didn't reply.
No, I don't reply to half of mine either. But anyways,
I'm so sorry.
So no, it's good. So the father ends up dying, and you know how with most movies, how when it's a bad like parental character, and the main character is just like, oh, I'm never gonna talk to you again, and all this other stuff, and then like either the parent dies and they don't end on good terms. Or the parent stays alive and then they help the child, go through their existential crisis. You know what I'm trying to say? That whole thing.
Existential crisis.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes. Existential crisis. And they help the main. It's just the ACB. It's okay. We don't have a ghost this year. But but with this one, not only did they get they accepted terms with each other, they got back on terms with each other. He dies. And I'm like, I love it. I like, rest in peace, he died. But it's just like, it was a change of scenery, you know? It was like a change of storyline and all this other stuff. And Disney outdid themselves with this one.
Oh, awesome. I like to hear that. That's good.
No, because like I said, Black Widow was great, and I'm assuming, you know, the Spider-Man, I'm waiting for that one.
I was about to say, so since you're bringing up all the Marvel movies, did you watch the trailer for the new Spider-Man movie?
Oh my god. On a side note, Tom Holland and Zendaya, y'all.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Y'all, I can't.
They're so cute.
They are so... My MK. Or
MJ. My MJ.
My MJ. And I'm just like, oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Adorable.
Will you be my Tom Holland?
Will you be my MJ?
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you. But yeah, I'm excited.
So what did you think of the trailer, though?
I think it's going to be a great movie.
Do you think we're going to get an appearance from all three?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't.
I think we're going to get all three in one movie.
And I also don't know how it would feel if all three of them came out in one movie.
But, like, they're doing the whole multiverse thing.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Okay, in a multiverse, like, if they do another Spider-Man multiverse,
yeah,
I'm cool with it, you know? But for this one, I'm just like...
Okay, no, I understand. You're wanting this one to be...
Just
But
Tom
maybe
Holland.
At the end of the movie.
Okay, at the end of the movie, and they come in and be like... And that,
get
like,
a little bit of Toby.
Transitions into, like, a multiverse,
yeah.
I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just, like... out of the blue, like, oh,
no, I
God.
get that.
I'm just like, let's just keep it with Tom Holland.
Too much, too fast.
Exactly.
Ease us into it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like,
let's play the long game here. Come on.
Come on. You got a lot more going for you. Like, keep the transitions going. But yeah, I really liked it, and I'm excited for the Spider-Man movie. But I still have a feeling that Shang-Chi is gonna like overthrow all of them. In my opinion, I think it's still gonna be one of my favorites.
Oh, that's great.
So
awesome. Well, are we ready for our second music break?
Are we going to transition with the song? I don't know what song's playing.
Are you feeling good?
I'm feeling great.
Let's go.
Okay.
Good. Good to be alive right about now.
Are you spazzing out?
Yeah, I didn't do that. It did that. That was weird.
Ghost.
It is. That's okay. But anyways, we're here. Why do I keep saying anyways? I need a new filler word. That is my filler word.
Exactly.
And I need a
Hey, at least it's better
one.
than
Yeah.
I got to give you credit for that one.
Thank you. I try.
Anyways, all right, B. Give me a movie that you watched this summer.
Okay, it's time. It's time to talk about Luca.
Oh my God, everybody talks about Luca. What is it off of? It's what? You watched it on...
Disney Plus.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Right,
correct.
so you haven't seen it, correct?
I have not.
You have to see it. You have to see Luca. Okay, so... Okay, before I talk about it, I'll read the little thing.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm doing.
That's what we're here for.
All right, so... Set in a beautiful seaside town on the Italian Riviera, the original animated feature is a coming-of-age story about one young boy experiencing an unforgettable summer filled with gelato, pasta, and endless scooter rides. Luca shares these adventures with his newfound best friend, Alberto. But all the fun is threatened by a deeply held secret. He is a sea monster from another world just below the water surface. Mm-hmm. That's the synopsis. Okay, so the movie, Luca. Here's the thing. I know lots of people have different opinions, and that's totally okay. It's great for everybody to have opinions. Opinions are wonderful.
The way you're saying this B is a butt.
Are you ready for mine? Because
Yeah.
mine's the only one that matters. So mine is that Luca and Alberto, these two boys... so the thing is, they're like becoming best friends.
Correct.
But like they're also so clearly falling in love.
Okay.
I love them so much. I know I'm not going to get my sequel where they are older and are falling in love.
Correct.
I know I'm not going to get that, but I want it so bad. They're so cute. Like the way Alberto looks at Luca, I can't. They're so cute. It makes me so happy. And Alberto just like makes Luca's whole life better, and he sacrifices stuff for him, and it's just so good. I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge the character Julia.
Yes.
Who, I mean, okay, so you've seen the movie Up, yes?
Correct.
So you know Ellie from Up?
Yes.
And like Ellie when she was a kid.
Correct. Okay.
I believe that Ellie and Julia are cut from the same cloth. They would be best friends if they had that chance. They don't because Julia is from Italy. But if they, in different time. But I think they would be best friends. I'm certain of it. So Julia is so great. She's wonderful. She's spunky. She's strong. It's amazing. great character. Julia's dad is the same type of character we were talking at the beginning, with the eyebrows. With the eyebrows like this, but he's also missing an arm.
Aww.
That's just cool. He was just born that way, and they're just like, I was born that way. Sorry, we're both doing eyebrow hands now.
We're doing unibrow hands.
Yeah, but so he's got the eyebrows, and then he basically, like, it's not ever said.
Yes.
But he practically adopts Alberto.
Okay.
Who doesn't have a dad, really. So here's the thing. Loved the movie so much. I would watch it again. The first time I watched it, though, I thought it's not Pixar's, like, best movie ever, but it's very cute.
Yeah.
And I realized, you can watch a movie and have it just be cute. Like, not all movies have to be groundbreaking, the best movie ever.
Yeah.
They can just be, that's cute.
Exactly.
Like, that's fine. So the first time I watched it, I said, okay, this is cute. But then I kept watching it. I watched it like 4 times this summer. But I know. What was I going to say, though? Oh, shoot. Okay, so the thing that I'm missing in this movie.
Yes.
There's just certain, like, holes that I think they could have filled, and they just didn't. So, like, there's this whole thing with Alberto's dad. He's just a kid, and he's a sea monster, but he's living above the surface on his own. And it's like, he says his dad left him, but then doesn't really go any further into that.
Okay.
And they should have. They should have dealt with that more. And he has this whole thing where he says, Silencio, Bruno, and it's like a whole big thing. But we were talking about this the other day. I think they should have made it clear, because it's not a thing at all. It's my own personal belief, but I believe that Alberto's dad is named Bruno. So, like, his whole thing is, like, Bruno's a jerk. My dad was a jerk.
Yeah.
So shut up, Dad. Like, I think that's his whole thing. Because why? Why Bruno? And why are we not talking about your dad more? And then even more than that, at the end of the movie, I wish there was a scene. So at the end of the movie, Luca decides to go to school, and it's a big deal. And he was going to do it with Alberto, and they have this whole thing where, like, they want to get a Vespa. They want to get a Vespa together, and, like, they want to travel the world together because they're in love. But no, sorry, they are best friends who are also in love. But so they want to get this Vespa together. They finally get the Vespa, and then Alberto sells the Vespa so that he can buy a train ticket for Luca to go to school.
Aww.
And it's such a, like, selfless, lovely act.
Yeah.
And then the part that I'm missing there is that Alberto decides not to go to school with him. Instead, he wants to stay and help Julia's dad.
Okay.
And I just wish there had been a scene where, instead of Alberto just telling Luca that, I wish we had seen Julia's dad say, Alberto, I would love it if you would stay with me.
Yeah.
I would have just, like, my heart,
melted.
like, maybe I couldn't even handle it, but I wanted it anyways. That, and then, okay, the other thing is, there is an absolutely gutting, heartbreaking, terrible scene where Luca does betray Alberto, and it is hard to watch. I was so mad. I didn't know how he was going to come back from that, honestly.
Yeah.
I was like, I think we're done with you right now. You just made a big mistake. He like outs Alberto as a sea monster, but he's also a sea monster, and he's just like, you're terrible, and it's awful. It's awful. The other thing, the last thing that I would change in this movie is they were doing way too much with their villain.
Makes sense.
I can't even think of his name right now. It's gone. But their villain, he was all over the place. Do you ever watch Lazy Town? That old show with the girl with the pink hair?
Oh, yeah.
Lazy Town. Do you remember? So that's all the puppets, and then there's that one puppet that's, like, really annoying and rich and snobby.
I don't think I remember.
Okay, well, if you're listening and you know who I'm talking about, the annoying, rich, snobby kid from Lazy Town, I thought the villain from Luca and that guy are, like, the same. They're the same, and so he's just annoying. He's annoying. It's weird because he's, like, an adult that is physically beating up children.
Okay.
And it's like, well, are we just going to move right past that? And then we are. We move right past it.
Move right past it.
So it's weird. And then that, and then he's supposed to just be like a random bully, but then he's also like a sea monster hunter, and it doesn't make sense. I do like Luca's dad, who is just completely incompetent, and his mom is great. Luca's mom, she's okay, but Luca's dad is completely incompetent, and that's funny. There's a little fish guy that's cute too, but I can't think of his name. You would love him. I'll show you a video of the little fish guy after.
Okay.
All right, those are my thoughts on Luca. Overall, really enjoyed it. There are just
nice.
certain things that, if I had done the movie, I would have done them differently. Just kidding.
Expected. But to actually go off that, because I did not know, I feel like deep down in my brain I knew that they were like best friends, but like falling in love. But I've never seen it. But to go off that, okay, so I watched Jungle Cruise.
You watched Jungle Cruise? I haven't seen it.
It is a great movie. It's very funny. I would not really watch it again. I don't know. I guess.
Well, because Jungle Cruise is like based off the ride at Disney.
Yeah,
I love that. That's so cool.
And it was such a cute movie. I did enjoy it. The scenes were funny. It was well put together. For some reason, something just wasn't sitting right with me, and it wasn't because just the movie in general. I was just like, it piqued my interest, but then, it piqued my interest. That was good enough. I watched it, satisfied. I'm over it. Kind of one of those. Well, McGregor, who's Lily's brother, because Lily's the main female character.
She's John Krasinski's wife, Emily Blunt. Is that who they're talking about? Okay,
yes.
Cool.
So it was Frank, Lily, and then McGregor. Lily and McGregor are brother and sister. And one of the scenes, Frank is talking about how Lily is very, overbearing and he, can't deal with it and all this other stuff. And he asked McGregor, like, how can you put up with it? And McGregor's talking about how, growing up, he had all these, female, suitors and stuff. And he went through like 3 of them. And
I don't know.
And we're just not going to talk about it. He had, 3 female suitors. And he kind of hinted at the fact that wasn't his interest, you know? And so, of course, you come to the conclusion that he is gay, but it's not said.
Yeah.
You start shivering, babe.
I'm sorry. Every time the air conditioning comes on, it gets cold.
But to go off that, I know Luca came out before Jungle Cruise, and Luca is more of I'm assuming it's more of like a younger age, even though
they're kids. They're little kids.
The little kids, even though they interest, like our generation, college kids and stuff, it's more for the younger kids.
Luca's just so cute.
But yeah, exactly.
So cute.
And I love the fact that Luca came out and it was about 2 best friends that want to fall in love. Okay?
That's not what it's like technically about. That's just certain people's take on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, like,
which is
Jungle Cruise, all right? You can take it as, McGregor just can't find any interest. But on the DL, you know that he is not into females. And I like the fact that, if you don't stop touching the headsets.
I don't know what's happening. Did you hear?
I do, yes.
What's happening?
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. But I like the fact that Disney, brings it up. Because for a minute there, it was like a back and forth kind of thing. And then they're like slowly putting it out there, either trying to see how the audience is like going to engage it. Because they don't bluntly put it out there,
Yeah.
Like they hint, I swear.
I don't know why it's doing that.
But they don't, they don't hint on it. They just kind of put it out there. And then they let the audience make their own. It gets worse every time we move.
Okay. Anyways, I'm totally with you. I understand.
Like you know what I'm coming from with that.
I do, yeah.
And I like how they hint it out there, but then the audience has to make their own observations and assumptions. But
let me ask you, Jungle Cruise as a whole, what's your takeaway?
Jungle Cruise as a whole, like I said, I enjoyed the movie. It was great. It was put together. It was very funny, family oriented. But it was also one of those of like I was looking forward to it. I watched it. It met my satisfaction, but then I wouldn't really watch it again per se.
I understand. That makes sense. Well, the last movie I was going to talk about is a movie I watched today.
Yes.
So I know, if you remember, on Wednesdays, I have a class at 9 a.m.,
Yes.
9 to 10, and then I don't have another class until noon. So I just have this block of time where I'm doing nothing, and I've decided to dedicate that time to watching a movie.
Okay.
So Wednesday, our show,
Yes.
I get to watch a little movie. It's great. The movie I ended up watching today was a movie called Twins. Have you heard of it?
What the heck?
It is a movie where Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger find out that they're twins.
What the heck?
And it's so great. It's so funny, and it's really weird. It is a weird movie, but I enjoyed it because I enjoy both Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. I don't really need to say anything else on it because there's not a lot to say. Like, you already get it. It's Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger being twins.
Yeah.
But Vincent, we are twins. It's funny. Yeah, it's great.
That looks like a very funny movie put together.
It is. I love it. Sabrina.
Yes, ma'am.
We did it. This was our first show back.
And I put the flash drive in, y'all.
And the flash drive,
Let
you
me
guys,
just tell you.
the flash drive is in the thingy that you put the flash drives in.
And I pressed the button, and it is...
I brought it. I brought it here. You put it in.
Teamwork at its finest, y'all.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
And
this is the dream.
And it's so funny because we were kind of hectic last semester about our show, but it was still put together. The one thing that got us every show, I am not joking, is the flash drive, because either Bea would forget it or she would bring it and then I would forget to put it in.
One time you put it in, you just didn't press record.
I'm telling you, it's the whole flash drive.
But you know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to get home and I'm going to put the flash drive in my computer thing, and I'm going to
edit it thingy, and it's going to go on the YouTube.
It's going to go. It's going to do it. I'm going to do it tonight or tomorrow. But tonight,
because she has free time.
I do. I have free time. Free time is great.
Free time is fun.
All right. Well,
when does our next show be?
Our next show is next Wednesday, right?
At
6. Next Wednesday at 6. We're gonna be right here, playing music for you and if spoiling movies and
if you're listening to this but you don't know how you're listening to this, well, that's not my problem, because you should know how to listen to it.
Also, a quick shout out to Rising Star Gymnastics, who's listening right now. Hi, kids.
Miss you.
Love you. All right, Sabrina. Are you going to start it, or am I going to start it?
Oh, my God.
Do you want me to start it?
May your popcorn be ever
Wait,
so...
no, that's the second line.
Oh, my God.
All right,
okay,
are you ready?
Yeah, you start.
May your movies make you laugh.
And may your popcorn be ever so buttery.
See you next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.